푸른 파도 ASMR. Welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time here. Today I'm doing part 2 of answering this or that questions. So I stopped at question 15, or I finished question 15. The next one is already uncomfortable. Just kidding. Driver or passenger? I am, until this point of my life, a passenger princess. I haven't gotten any driving lessons. I don't know, I don't have like a huge desire to drive, because I answered this in the last video as well. You know, I love city life and I love good public transport. So I don't think I really needed, so maybe one day. But honestly, right now, like, I know it's a practice thing, but I think I'll be too anxious on the road. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna cause any what's it called? Unfall. What's Unfall in English? Accidents. I forgot what accident is. Wow. Yeah, I don't want to cause any. I don't think I would cause any accidents or crashes or anything like that, but I feel like I would just be like paralyzed very quickly, because when I watch my mom driving, like, she's a very careful driver and she's a really good driver. And a lot of times it's not even you who's causing the issues, or driving too fast, or, so you have to be careful, and I feel like I would go insane. It is a good skill to have, I'm not gonna deny that. Laptop or tablet? Tablet, definitely tablet. I kind of grew up on an iPad. Like, I'm not an iPad kid, or what do you call it, because I'm not like Gen Alpha, I'm Gen Z. It was my birthday like 2 days ago. Born in 2006, by the way. Computers and like laptops are much harder to work with, like, especially if they don't have like any touch screen. I feel like tablets and phones are much more intuitive to me, but I think that's because I grew up with it as well. And I feel like tablets, because you have to, like, unless you have those like special, no, what am I saying, tablet, laptop, they have the keyboard and everything. I feel like it's not as comfortable working with, same as a tablet or a phone. I guess there's a lot of like applications and stuff you can only use on the laptop as well. So, comedy or horror? Horror, my god, definitely comedy. I kid you not, I've never in my life watched a horror movie in full. I know, it's crazy, but I don't have any desire to. I watched The Boy once with one of my best friends back then, and because she loved that movie a lot and actually liked it. I thought it was well made, but I didn't finish it because we watched it like after a school trip and we were both like tired and it just wasn't that interesting. I feel like a lot of horror movies have like a lot of quiet parts as well, where it's like almost whispering, because you're like supposed to be nervous what's gonna come next and but exactly those quiet parts just make me really sleepy. So comedy is actually like necessary for me to have something as a movie I rewatch a lot. Like, I realized this recently. Every movie for me needs to have like some kind of comedy aspect for me to see the characters as real people, because real people joke a lot. Even if you're going through a hard time, sometimes you use humor to cope with it, right? And that makes them much more real to me, much more relatable. And also, there's many more lines that I reference. Like, if I reference a lot of lines in a movie, it makes me want to rewatch the movie again and again and again and again. The best examples I would have right now for these movies would be Princess and the Frog. This is not a comedy movie, but animation is not a genre, right? It's an art form. Okay, so it is a kids movie, but it's really, really funny in my opinion, and it has really good music. Just adding that as well. Yeah, Princess and the Frog. I love Tangled a lot as well. And then I like a lot of movies that don't get the best reviews. I don't know, but I really like The Ugly Truth with Gerard Butler and Katherine Heigl. There's a lot of like really sexist like jokes in that film, but I personally didn't feel like those jokes were meant to be like celebrated. I thought it was just like portraying reality, and I like that she doesn't actually change. Like I feel like they learn something from each other. Like she becomes more like chill and at ease and stuff, but she still has her same personality. So, you know, you can have your opinion about me loving this film, but this is probably one of the movies I've watched like the most in my life. And I always watch it with my mom and my sister. Like we know every line of the movie. Like we really do. So another bad movie that I like is Watching the Detectives. It's not a bad movie, I would say. I mean, I love it. But it's like a romance, but it's like a rom-com, but it's not like a soulmate true love kind of a thing. It's with Cillian Murphy and Lucy Liu, and I don't know, it's just really funny and it's really bizarre. I like things that are bizarre. I think that's why I really like Anora as well, because there's just so much comedy in that. Like I did not expect that. So even though it's obviously a really serious topic, but the comedy made me believe that these are real people. And yeah, because it's not a documentary. If it was a documentary, I would expect a more serious tone, of course. But yeah, like I reference Anora a lot. Please stop screaming. Actually, I realized just now I have watched a horror movie in full before, and it's another movie with bad reviews that I found really funny. I'm pretty sure it's a horror film. It's called The Quiet Family, and I think it's still on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure, but I think at the time when I watched it, it had like 3 stars, and just the description was very intriguing because it's like this. It's a Korean movie, actually, from the 90s. They said they were gonna take it off Prime, so I was like, maybe I should watch it. It's like this family that just started running a hotel, and like quickly after, like their first guests, I don't know, I think they die. Yeah, in like very like tragic ways, and you know, and they kind of bury the body like on the field or like in the backyard. It's really dark, but I don't know, I feel like the movie shows really well that once you start doing something terrible, like they did not go to the police because they felt like people would say that this hotel is like haunted or whatever, and that would ruin their business, right? But then you start doing things like just hiding bodies, and I'm like, you know, really bad things. But in the beginning you're shocked by it, but the more you do it, the more normal it gets. And I feel like that's a really real thing in this world. Like we're so used to people abusing other people and taking advantage of others, like for money or notoriety. And I feel like that it's on like a really small scale. It's not a wealthy family at all, but I don't know, it shows how you can normalize it for yourself, and that's very dangerous. But they did it in a funny way. So I don't know, my taste is kind of weird, but that's why I've stopped completely caring about reviews and stars that I see, because it doesn't really reflect my taste a lot of times. I think I talked about this for 10 minutes now. But I love talking about movies. I could do this forever. Beer or wine? Neither. I don't really drink alcohol. Especially not these, because the flavor is not appealing to me at all. I don't think I've even had a whole glass of beer or wine in my whole life. I just can't drink it. Like, the flavor is so, like, repelling. The only thing I drink is, what do you call it? Like, sweet. I don't know if the whole world has this drink. Okay. I like drinking Hugo, which I don't know if you know it internationally, but I googled it and it's an alcoholic aperitif. I've heard that. Based on Prosecco, elderflower syrup, seltzer, and mint leaves. It's really fresh, you know. So I like Hugo, and I also like a Rotkäppchen, which is like, what is it? It's like fizzy, sparkly, sweetened, wine-ish. And it's not wine. It's not champagne. I've tried drinking champagne. I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it. I like it better than wine and beer, but, you know. So if I ever have my own, like, alcohol brand, it's probably going to be something, like, really sweetened, because I actually really enjoy those. Yeah, but I've never mixed, like, strong things like vodka with juice, because I feel like the flavor of vodka is really so strong. So really, I don't like the flavor of alcohol. So, yeah. So I think it's amazing that there's people that drink, like, non-alcoholic beers and non-alcoholic wine, I think, too, for the flavor of this alcoholic drink. I think that's amazing. And then other times you drink vodka, like, just get it down because it's so strong. Yeah. So these drinks that are usually, like, I think 6% alcohol. Let's Google. Yeah, here it says like 7% alcohol. And I don't even drink, like, a lot of it, because I'm just like, oh, I've had enough. So I've never been drunk in my life either. But, you know, I know that there's people that drink wine and stuff, like, according to what they're eating, you know, if it's meat, if it's fish, you know, and I think that's really, really cool. And I really respect that. Same as people that drink coffee for the art of it, and not just to be awake, you know. People that don't just drink alcohol to be tipsy or drunk, and people that don't just drink coffee to be up like that, awake. I think that's really cool. I respect that a lot. Dine in or dine out? So that means, like, cooking for yourself, or does that mean, like, ordering food out and ordering food to your house? I haven't ordered food a lot in my life. I don't know why. I think I can count it on one hand. But yeah, I really love cooking together with my mom. It's really fun. It's like a team effort, you know. I like eating out. I went to eat out on my birthday at a Korean restaurant, and it was really good. I had 육개장. My mom had sundae because she loves sundae. Intestines and glass noodles, like, put into kind of like a sausage kind of a thing, and with soup, and with pig, like, bone broth, like pork bone broth, with rice, of course. 육개장 is like spicy soup with beef and, what was it, like, onion, I think. and like soy sprouts and rice. And then I forgot what my sister took, to be honest. Something with pork, and it was not soup. But it was really good. It was really good. Like, it has that really Korean. Everything tasted very Korean, which I love. It was like proper. But I don't know, just Korean like seasoning, and what do you call it? Marinade? And like sauce. It tastes like very specific, but it has like a slight sweetness to it, and I love it. And then next time we also want to take 해물 파전, which is like seafood pancake with onion, and it's really good. If they put like a lot of seafood on it. So dine in or dine out? Maybe I should answer the question. Dine in. I think it's still dine in. I love like eating and watching a movie while eating, and then when you're done eating, you continue watching the movie, and then you go to the sofa and like, you know, like, I don't know, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I like it. That's what I do. That was the 20th question. I feel like I took insanely long today. But also, you know, we love a good ramble. Like, that's the point, kind of, no? I love listening to ASMR that I can either listen to for fun, you know, just listening to someone talk, what's going on in someone's mind. But then also sometimes I just want to listen to some random ramble that I don't have to pay a lot of attention to. So whatever you're doing right now, I hope you're enjoying this. I'm gonna do one more question. Movies or TV shows?